Hey beautiful people, it's your girls here today at Dayton. And with me today is my beautiful baby. Bukola, only one Bukola. Bukola Pepe. Bukola Pepe. Hey babes.
How are you today?
I'm good, you can see.
Oh, sure, definitely.
Oh.
So guys, welcome to another episode. And today, we want to look at the thin line between abuse and correction. Case studies of adults and children.
Hey.
Gang.
As you talking like this, my heart just big.
Do you abuse children?
No.
In the name of correcting them?
No.
Let's start with you straight. I'll just take you straight to Lagos State, that section that deal with people that abuse children.
Why are you like this?
So let's go. Guys, so anyway, before we move further, let's go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. Just like Bukola has said, she said we are looking at the thin line between abuse and correction. Yes. You see, that's word abuse and correction. Many people use it. I don't.
Interchangeably.
They would think they are actually correcting the child, but no, they are abusing. A case study of, let's look at what happened a few weeks ago.
Okay.
The issue of a teacher.
Okay.
Bullying that baby, because I'm going to use the word bully.
Okay.
It's an abuse.
I
But
think the child should be about 3 years thereabout.
3-year-old.
Okay. The thing, like the topic has said, I think it's because, like you have said, a lot of people do not know when they have left the path of correction to abuse. That's why we are saying the thin line between correction and abuse. And I personally think that, okay, let's start with that story that you have mentioned. Let's start, before we start blaming that teacher, let's start from the parents. Like in Nigerian educational sector, like I'm not saying that I'm better off, but what is a 3-year-old child doing with that scheme of work where that child is being taught 61 or modumeta?
Okay, let's look at it this way. Nigerian system has failed us.
Okay.
I have to be sincere. Nigerian system has failed us, and Nigerian educational system also
Failed us more.
has failed us more. Because when we look at it, if it's a better society, if it's a better country, a 3-year-old child should be at home.
School.
Should be at home. But now, how do we survive? If you don't go out to look for your daily bread, my darling, daily no go. Bread no go. You no go see. So Nigeria has failed everybody. So we are just trying to patch things up. Let's just do the little we can do. Now, back to your question. The educational system has also failed us. Because for a 3-year-old, what is the business of a 3-year-old boy with 61, 62, 63?
To the extent that the teacher now
That child mad. The child should still
slapping that child.
Should still sing nursery rhymes.
I cringe.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
You know,
get?
I cringe
It
when
should
I
be
watched
within that
video
range.
because the slap was hot. It was not once, it was not twice. The slap on that child was very, very hot. So now let's go back to teachers and parents, or let me not say parent per se. Let's say adults, because if I am 16 if I am 19 years and someone is leaving a child with me, at that point in time, I can correct that child. I'm also an adult. So let's look at it from the angle of an adult trying to correct a child. How best can we correct children?
We can correct with love.
Does that mean we should not
But I want to, sorry please, let me quickly chip something in. You see, the days of our parents, these things happen, but they don't see it as abuse then. Do you know? It's a way of training the child.
That's how we were trained.
You get. But now it has gone far beyond that.
Does that mean we were not trained right?
In all honesty, that shaped us. If you look at it critically.
So how come it is now bad
us
to do that same thing now?
Because everything has changed.
What's changed? We are still human that we give birth to humans.
Yes, we get. But you see, we have so many society vices now. Parents don't want to throw their children out. You know what it looks like now when you correct a child and the child will just, you know what is happening in the society. You know now. Because the child will look at it like, I'm not loved from home. I'm not loved at home.
I find love outside.
And when you go out, you end up depending on your friend. You find counsel from your friends and neighbors.
Okay.
And it gets to a state that you can't even talk to your parents again. You can't talk to your siblings again. You want to talk to people outside. When you are fixed with these people, when your mind is with these people, I bet you whatever they ask you to do is what you would do.
I'm still concerned about the adult taking care of a child. Are we now saying because vices has changed, we should now withdraw from chastising these people, these children? How? Because even I thought the Holy Book says, spare the rod and spoil the child. So if I spare the rod now, am I not spoiling my children? Because even Lagos State, I'm so certain of Lagos State government, educational government, I don't know about the whole federal, that they've made it now that no teacher has the right to flog a child in school. I don't understand why flogging a child is now an abomination.
Well, I'm not going to talk about that because I really don't know much about that. But the thing is this. I'm not saying correcting a child is wrong. Just like I said the other time. We can correct with love. You know, there's a difference between you correcting a child and you abusing that child. This is what we are looking at now. Because when you want to correct a child, okay, this child is doing something wrong.
Okay.
Call this child. You see this thing you are doing?
It's not good.
It's not good.
Okay.
Give that child instances.
Okay, we should correct and we should spare road. Is that what you're saying?
I'm not saying that. Give that child instances of people doing this thing.
Yeah,
and the outcome of it. You understand? So let the child know that, you see this thing, if you do this, this is it. And the other way, this is it.
That is correction.
That is correction.
That is not flogging. That is not, that is sparing the rod. But using corrective measure like talking.
You can.
So now, if I'm clearly getting you, now I should not flog that child, but like I'm correcting, sitting down and having a conversation.
You can also flog the child. We have some floggings that, in fact, flogging go necessary more. Let's be realistic. We have other punishments we can give a child.
I disagree. On that,
okay.
I completely disagree.
Okay.
Now, if you're telling me that, okay, let's now be somebody. I saw I saw someone's comment on that. I think it was a particular popular morning show, their Instagram page, and someone said something and said, "We are all hypocrites." Are we everyone commenting and saying blah 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 about that woman? Are you saying there was never a time that you have flogged or slapped any child? Because in reality, that is the truth. A lot of us, we do this thing. I am not saying that we'll do it to the extent of abuse. But I'm saying that I personally believe that flogging with love, cautious flogging, it is not an abuse.
You just said it now.
That is what you just said what I believe.
Flogging. But how many people will think of it that way? We have some teachers that whenever they see cane like this, it's as if you've given them drugs. They get high. Do you understand?
I think the problem we have, personally, you know, I have experience with teaching and having children under my care. So I feel like the thing that should be an issue is employing good teachers who are lovers. Who are lovers of children. Not employing just someone because this person is brilliant at that subject and you don't know the temperament level of that person.
Yes, that's important.
That is where I am coming from. I have had teachers who were teachers and they flogged in love. And I've had teachers who were teachers, but they flogged. That one basically abused. There was a particular one when I was secondary school. This particular man, may God rest him, so he's dead now. There was a particular day he flogged. Our set was over, I'm so sure of over 200 students. I think we're in SS2. This man brought us all outside under the sun. We're kneeling down and he flogged everybody.
Like, I can imagine where that strength is coming from.
You know that one is different, but there's some flog that you know that is just out of love, and the child will still change. Because outrightly saying that do not flog is making the society worse than the way it is.
I understand, but you know, when it gets to a situation that the child will say that, is it not just flogging?
Well, I would like you to really speak more on that, but before we go further on that, please keep it. Let's go on a break. We'll be right back.
Okay. Welcome back. You see, the issue of, is it not just flogging? We have some children that it will get to a stage, they'll tell you that, oh, mommy is just going to flog me. Daddy is just going to flog me. You understand? Even myself, while I was in school, I have classmates that when they do something wrong, they say, oh, you know, is it not just flogging? I mean, I'll chest it. The reason behind that is because they are used to that method.
Okay, so what other method do you think would now work instead of flogging?
It doesn't have to be flogging. We have punishments. You see, there are some punishments that when you give that child, oh my goodness. That child would not want to do that thing again because of the fear that if I spend 5 minutes doing this, it doesn't have to be something strenuous. So, you see my child now, if she has started that, I don't stress myself. If you just tell her, face the wall. You know that one, you will not talk to anybody.
You're your own.
You are on your own. So it's just like isolating her. At that moment, everything will be wrong with her.
So now my question is, are you now sure that it won't still get to a point where she'll say, mommy will just tell me to face the wall?
There are other methods. There are other things you can tell them to do. But it's still, everything is still based on the fact that we can always correct with love.
Yeah.
The major thing is sitting your children down. Let them see you as your friend. Let them see you as their friend. Let them see that, no, I can always walk up to mommy. I can always tell her something. I can always walk up to daddy to tell him something. So don't let them see you as their God and personal savior. That this person, no we cannot. You understand? So once you build that, once they see you as someone they can always talk to, as someone they can always come and meet, it's better on that side. Because even if they do something wrong, they're still going to have that fear in mind that, oh, how do I talk to daddy? But if they also have it in mind that, no, dad is approachable, they will understand. Even if he's going to punish me, he's going to do it in a way that, you understand, that child will come up to you. But you are the type that any small thing is scared. We even have some parents that go as far as using abusive words on children.
To bully them to silence. Yes, I think that's true.
You understand? That is another angle. We have some parents that, for every mistake of a child, I've seen that for every mistake of a child, that parent will tell that child, you're not going to sleep in my house today. Where do you expect that child to go?
We'll send you out.
Are they correcting that child?
That's true. Yes, you've really enlightened me, I must say, about this. But then going back to where we started from, what about teachers? Because you see, parents now, you are the sort of owner, in quotes, of that your child. This is your child.
Teachers are only helping.
You understand? So teachers are only helping. So the only thing I think I can only say about it is that teachers should not wait till someone is used as a bad example before you move out of some things that are not good as a teacher. Like that woman now, imagine her trending here and there and facing the consequences of her actions.
So she might just think that is the best way.
And the reality is that we have more teachers
that does that.
Exactly. A lot. And also to employers of labor, I'm talking about owners of school who employ people. I think that they should also make sure that when you are employing, you employ people who are filled with love, who experience love from home. I've had teachers that...
How do we know that? How do they know that?
Probably from training and all that. There are some ways, because the truth is that, like you have said, there are some teachers, there are some people that home there's no love. So when they just see a child that makes a small mistake,
all they want is just money. I want to make money. So whatever comes from it, it's none of their business.
Yes, that's true. And even at that, with what you have said, I still believe strongly in cautiously flogging children with love. Yes, I'm saying this with everything in me. Like,
you're going to flog a child 2 strokes, 3 strokes, it's just
and soft, not even the one that will not give mark and everyone will be swelling.
You understand?
So just to be strongly in cautiously flogging children. Yes, true.
And don't let it be cane all the time. Sit them down. That's the major part.
Even this teaching thing, this training thing, it requires, you have to understand the age that child is in before you know the measure you want to take in correcting them.
You understand? For every age group,
they have different
measures to it.
Yes.
So it's something we can do. It's not impossible. Don't see it as something impossible. It's not impossible. Even you as a teacher, don't look at it that this thing, I'm used to this method. Change is a what? It's a constant thing. You can always work on yourself.
Yes. So that we don't even end up behind bars.
You understand?
Like that story. So what if that 3-year-old falls down? What would that woman be saying?
Exactly what she has been saying.
I'm like, no, wrong.
Exactly what she has been saying.
May God help us. Nigerian education system really need to do better.
We really need to do better because if we have a working system, I see no reason why a 3-year-old child will be in school. We are all guilty of that. Even me.
Yes.
I'm also guilty of it.
And so many school owners employ unqualified teachers.
Yes.
So many unqualified teachers. Just simply because of cheap labor. You cannot afford to pay good salary. So you just employ the ones that you can just tip them and they will collect. And
you can imagine the workload on a teacher. A teacher teaching about 3 to 4 subjects. The teacher will get frustrated when a child doesn't. You understand?
Or so all these factors too. Teacher teaching over 30 pupils in a class.
All these things could be a factor too.
Yes.
When you're teaching like 3 to 4 subjects,
you get cranky. There's no way
you get, and somebody is not giving you no. But irrespective of that, we can always do better. I understand as human, it will get to us.
Yes.
But whenever it gets to us, let's just calm down.
And let's not forget, when you abuse a child, it's a crime. You face the law. Always remember that. So let us correct in love. And for parents, let's just train our children with prayer too, because not only God help us in change the kingdom.
It's only God.
Yeah.
So this brings us to the end of this episode. Just like we've always been telling you, our dear viewers at home, please don't forget to like, don't forget to comment, don't forget to share. It's very important. And subscribe.
Yes.
So till we meet next time. Bye.